Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Mr. Green and I am here to do a new tutorial for you guys. I have a pretty quick one that shouldn't take too long, but this is going to be pretty helpful for a lot of you guys. I've been seeing a couple of videos out there, people trying to do like XP farms that are just really complicated, and honestly I have a much better system if you guys want to use this one. This is not going to involve killing any mobs, this isn't going to involve going out and mining a bunch of stuff or whatever. Like, as long as you guys have access to cooking things or like kelp, chicken, ores, anything that you guys can cook, and if you guys have a lot of things that you can cook, which I'm sure most of you guys do, a lot of us in Minecraft usually have a chest full of things that are just like raw foods or things that could be cooked. You know what I mean. Alright, so I have 4 different chests set up here because you guys could do this basically lots of different ways. The main way I'm going to recommend is going to be right here. This is the way I do it. And all these supplies up here are going to be the same either way. The only thing that's going to change is the smoker. Now, your smoker could be substituted with either a furnace or a blast furnace. It doesn't matter, guys. If you guys want to use a furnace, if you want to use a blast furnace, it kind of depends on what you're cooking. For me, I'm going to be cooking kelp, so a smoker is going to cook that kelp a lot faster than a furnace will, and I don't even think you can use a blast furnace. If you guys want to be cooking like a bunch of extra ores, I would definitely recommend going with a blast furnace or something like that. If you guys are going to be cooking something like oak logs or a bunch of different wood or something, obviously you're going to need a furnace. And if you guys want to use like a bunch of raw chicken, raw beef, raw mutton, whatever you guys have like food laying around, again, we would go with the smoker because that's going to go a lot quicker and it's definitely going to save on your fuel. You will need some sort of fuel source for this, guys, though, so either get some charcoal, get some coal, whatever you guys need for your fuel, make sure you got enough of it. But I would really recommend going with the kelp version of this because I really think it's the most effective. Alright, to start this off, we're going to put down 2 chests right on the ground, go right around the back of it, and put down a hopper in the back, just like that. We're going to put our smoker right on top of the hopper, just like that. And come 1 block behind the hopper, skip 1 block, put a solid block, make sure that one's solid. And then we're going to go ahead and put a piece of glass right on the back of the furnace or smoker, whatever you guys are using, make sure it's on the back. Just like that. We're going to take our redstone torch and put it on the block underneath the glass block. This is why it is very important you guys use a glass block here. Do not use a solid block or else your torch is going to burn out. We're going to put down a redstone dot right on top of that block, and then we're going to place a second block right on top of the dot. So we're going to have a floating block right there. Then we're going to come on top of the furnace or smoker, whatever you guys are using, put down a comparator right there, and then on top of the furnace or smoker we're going to put down a hopper and a hopper going into the side of it as well. We're going to put a chest on top of this hopper, jump up, put a chest on top of that, and connect the chest right there. So from the front view we're going to have a chest going into the hopper, into the smoker, and then we're going to have it coming out into this chest. Now you guys want to make sure you have this set up perfectly just like this. If you guys want to go ahead and connect the back of this, you guys can. Like if you're putting this up against a wall, that's not going to make a difference. Just make sure that you have a block up top of that and a block below it, and make sure that this is glass or else this is all going to mess up. Now to make this work, you guys are going to notice when we put stuff in the top of the chest, the comparator right here is going to turn on, the redstone dot will turn on, and the torch is going to turn off. Now this is going to make sure that you can start funneling things into the output chest anytime there is something up here. But as soon as the system stops detecting things flowing through this hopper, this comparator is going to shut off, which will turn back on the torch, and it will make sure that nothing can fall out of the smoker anymore. So that while we're cooking these things, once you get to a point of where the chest would normally empty out, it will no longer empty out. It will start keeping those items inside of there, and that's what's going to keep your XP collecting inside of there. Because ultimately, what loses the XP from the furnace is when you remove all of the items. So as long as we can always keep an item inside of there, it will always keep the XP racking up, collecting, and you guys are gonna see I'm gonna sit here and AFK for it about an hour, and then I'm gonna go into survival mode, and I'll show you guys a brand new one of these after about an hour. The more stuff you guys cook in this, I will tell you right now, the more stuff you put through it, the more XP you're gonna get. I have one of these in my main survival world that I've been cooking stuff in it for like a couple of months, and I could get over to like level 60 in one try. So I'm telling you guys, the more stuff you put in here, just keep cooking stuff. Just keep cooking as much as you can through here, and it's going to be an insane XP farm. So I'm going to let it cook for about an hour, and then we'll be back with you guys, and I'll show you guys how the XP works after just an hour of this thing being set up. We might do a 2 hour or 3 hour as well. We'll see. All right, we'll see you guys. Alright guys, this has been running for roughly an hour now. So we have gotten about, what, 10 stacks, 11 stacks of kelp put through it. So it's probably not going to have the most amount of XP ever, but we're going to see what we can get. Let's go ahead and go into survival here, and I'll show you guys how to use this. Whenever you guys are ready to use it, you can take this out. This is not going to give you the XP. To get the XP, you're going to want to, let's go ahead and go back in, because I actually technically have to break this for you guys. We're going to need to turn that off right there. So normally you guys just want to let that flow through. Just let it empty out, let it run all the way through. But right now I have a chest full of kelp, so I need it to stop running. So once it starts collecting in like this, you're going to see 3, 4, whatever. If you have 64, whatever, go ahead and start taking it out. And you're going to see I just got some XP. We need to go back in survival to see it. There we go. We went up from level 0 to level 6 in one pull. There's level 9. Level 12. 14. And like I said, guys, you guys let this thing run for like 10, 15 hours, 20 hours. Let it run for a few days, and you guys are going to shoot up over level 30, no problem. But since this thing has only been running for about an hour, it doesn't have a ton of XP in it yet. But like I said, guys, just let it run. Let it keep cooking. Let it cook as much stuff as you can possibly cook through there. And, I mean, you can get... This is why I love using kelp, is because if you take this kelp out... Sorry. I should have been more prepared. But we get a crafting table over here. We can take all this awesome kelp that we've been cooking and turn it back into dried kelp blocks to then put back into our furnace to cook with. Well, I guess they're not going in there right now, but let's... See, there we go. So you guys can then cook your kelp into dried kelp to turn into fuel to cook your kelp with. So this will just be an endless cycle of fuel and XP. So this is why I really recommend using the kelp, is because it works very well. I hope this tutorial helped you guys out, and if you need any other help, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'll try to help you guys out, but this is pretty much it for the most part. Don't forget, you guys definitely need that hopper back up on top of the build. So don't take that out. That was just me showing you things. But yeah, if you guys like this kind of stuff, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, don't miss out on the next video. And until next time, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful day.